Hello, hello, y'all. We're back. What does this button do? Oh, they just changed how that looks. Anyways, hello. We're back. It's Ace Attorney. Back on Sunday. Ah, Maya. 21 months. Thank you for the resub. You scared me. Thank you for that. Back on Sunday when we did a little extra stream of Ace Attorney, we found out what happened 7 years ago. Yay! Phoenix Wright got framed. Well, framed. Is framed the right word? Hard to say. Sort of framed, half framed. Bad stuff happened. Enjoy work, Maya. We'll see you later. Thank you for the lurk. Regardless, back to the present. Shit's going down. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. Mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all this out for yourself. Which of Magnifique Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarye go? He was given falsified evidence. He never verified its source. My voice cracked there. I was not expecting that. He never verified the source. That's a little bit on him, but everyone blamed him for the false evidence in general. Which was so partial framing because like it was your fault, you did it. When he's like, no, I just presented false evidence without knowing it was false. That's different. Anyways, what dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? Little adorable Trucy. Bitty bit. Hello? Past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Didn't we just do Nirvana Initiative where something very similar with the past and the present was happening? Think of it as a game. Stares directly at camera. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama. What does it do, you ask? He's encroaching on my territory. He's gone full digital. That I would have you see for yourself, unless you played the first 3 Phoenix Wright games, which you already know what the Magatama is. Well now, shall we begin? Use Eleanor to jump between the past and the present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. Right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. I wasn't expecting this. Of all the things to happen in an Ace Attorney game, I didn't necessarily expect, hey, you're gonna have to go back and forth between the past and the present. And figure out the truth of something. It's like, okay, sure, why not? Let's start here. Nima, well, okay, look. You know, if you throw Digimon names at me, I'm gonna have to Google them. Nameon. What the hell is this thing? It's like a little rabbit creature with pants. Hello? Why are you wearing sweatpants? You know what? That does fit for present day Phoenix, though. The nightmare trial. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. And besides, I had plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. Digimon Frontier. Right assistance. Pokemon looks familiar. Pokemon look. Pokemon looks like a Zatch Bell character. I think that's what's hitting me. With the little duck bill and everything, like there's what the fuck was his name? The little duck kid in Zatch Bell. He's reminding me of him. What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me? Two men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walk freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. Bitch, I presented fake evidence without knowing it. I did not forge it. Shush. There's been no proof that I forged anything. Nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits! And what, may I ask, awaits you? Look, why do I have a feeling that for 7 years, Phoenix Wright was 100% certain that this motherfucker not only killed a man and got away with it, but also was the reason why Phoenix lost his attorney's badge, and he had to play nice because this dude was basically Trucy's uncle. Hi, Kay. Hello, hello. How you doing? A little piano and a cold little hole in the wall. But since you are here, what shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifique Ramery, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valance or his partner Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. Conchome, thank you, Punisher. We're doing better than yesterday? That's good. I'm doing well. I'm having a fine day. If I'm going to get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Actually, hold on. It's always very important that the first thing we do... A guard keeps stealing glances in this direction, and scratching his head. Maybe our resident magician showed him a trick or two. Nope, I didn't. Not what I wanted to do. Hi, Lady Devar. I pressed a bad button, but it's fine. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Digimon Frontier. That's right, Digimon Frontier was the last one that I watched completely. That was the one that had a Goonimon. And the kids, yeah, the kids that became Digimon. There was the girl that was the fairy. There was the guy that was the wolf. The guy that was a big bug. The guy that was a little teddy bear. What was the other girl? One girl was a fairy. What was the other girl? Because I know that there are at least two. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear, and he never even touched it. Glory Spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. There was only one human girl? That's right, because there was the... That's weird. Well, I guess it was a smaller team. Because there's also... You're right, because the female enemy that I'm thinking of was the water one? It's always the water one. It's always water. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Gremory killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage. The only names I remember were Goonimon and Lobomon. For some reason, I don't remember the names of the other Digimon forms. Fire, light, electric, snow, and wind. Earth, water, and darkness. That's right. Oh, that's right, it was a smaller group. Still not as small as Digimon Tamers, but smaller. And the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away? As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valent. And also, yes? Now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Valent Gremory has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? As seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. I can talk, I promise. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Gremory followed them. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. I can't do both at the same time? That does become the issue, doesn't it? To be fair, even when I'm not acting, sometimes talking goes out the window. Noises will happen, but can you call it talking? That's a completely different question. Oh, what might that be? I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? Oh, the trick up his sleeve? Oh, perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. Here we go. I haven't seen this in a very long time. I didn't think it would be that easy. God, I haven't seen this since I played the original trilogy. Back, oh God, what year did that come out? Was that 2020? The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks on people's hearts, and if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all, and the Magatama ends it. Now I just need to remember how to use it. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. Cool, we still have all the evidence from the trial. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, Almento was fond of dramatic moves, and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? I guess it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in the world of showmanship. The flashier the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? 2012 for the original trilogy in Japan, then 2020 worldwide. Really? They released... Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Let's see what we've got. He was diagnosed with a tumor. I mean, the letters, but... I was about to do something. I was about to press the wrong button. Maybe the last. I'll leave the rest of them. The first should come soon. The ripped out page. Also, I present forged evidence to the court. Okay, that's not helpful. Written up to just before. Okay, if you have proof of this danger. Well, okay, hold on. That's a good point. This is a stage pistol. Why the fuck does it fire real bullets? Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet. One shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valent. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valent, quick draw... Excuse me. Sorry. That one kind of came out of nowhere. Quick draw shoot 'em. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot 'em cancelled because someone might get hurt? Thank you, Punisher. Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? What if it was the life of Trucy's mother? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim was shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. I just hope he walks it with me. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was. Hold on. A life was taken on stage, but whose? I can't look at people, so I need evidence. It's possible I might not even have that evidence yet. I might need to leave and come back here, because I don't know if I have it. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more legwork. Yeah, I don't think there's much more I can do here. Let me see if... Could you look at this for me, please? Yes, I accept your challenge. Well, challenge, huh? You want me to make it float, disappear, or shall I simply eat it? I didn't come here to play games, Mr. Valance, nor watch you do tricks. Okay, we'll have to leave and come back. Let's go... 7 years ago. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack. There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Sweep at the cape and he's fucking gone. Mr. Enigmar! The defendant has escaped. Find him, quick! Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. Wonderful disappearing act. Houdini would be proud. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. It's you! I remember you. I don't remember your name, but I remember you. Down on the hold on. Down on the hands, floor on your head. Now. What's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Where were you? Are you from the second game? The original trial of the second game? If I recall correctly, you were framed for your girlfriend's murder on the beach. I think. Because the first trial, the third game, was in the past. I think I'm right. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the precinct progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Count Bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here! Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friend, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. I don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform, I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here! A star rises among the court bailiffs, full of hope, then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramery's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that, thank you. Why yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam! And some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was at, sir. All by myself. Nary a friend to call my own. Okay. And which way does Zach Gramery run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly, I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was. Lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir.
That's right. Nothing was here, sir.
How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? Non-smoking rooms, all smoke bombs are prohibited in here. Please do not bring them. If you wish to use a smoke bomb, please use the smoke bomb area. It's designated, it's small. It's over in the corner, away from everyone else. Or is that an ashtray in the background? So, Zach was in this room when he vanished.
Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape, he ran right in here, right inside this room.
What are the odds it was actually Trucy and she was just hiding underneath the couch? Silk hat, cape. Well, that's Zach alright, except for the fact that his daughter was wearing the exact same outfit. But much smaller, so probably would have been obvious. Have I spoken to Trucy yet? Not yet. Not in the past.
But, sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do but nothing, sir.
What about now? Have any ideas?
Sir! Ideas about what, exactly? Sir, if you don't mind me asking?
You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Cyclops! I should have known. Let's do a little bit of a look around first. I actually took a nap on that couch once when I was still practicing law. Boy, was that a mistake. We got hit over the head, we lost our memory. I never even sit on the lobby sofas now. I never let my clients sit on them either. It's bad luck. You know, I think this was the lobby I used for my very first case. Those plants have seen me grown from a rookie to an ace to a has-been. I hate you, plants. Just kidding. I must have seen that painting 1,000 times, but I never really looked at it until now. I guess my head was too stuck in the trials. I never had time to stop and appreciate the art. I have time now. Okay, let's appreciate. Actually, it's pretty lame. Now that's a good painting. I like this painting. Trucy gives me evidence. That makes sense. But we'll get there. See how much we can talk to him first, and then we'll... And then we'll keep running around. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out.
Hey! What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden?
You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Gramery vanished from this room. How'd he do it?
How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I... Sir!
Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something?
Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here, and... Listen, it was impossible! What could such a little girl possibly do anyway?
What did you just say?
Sir, did I just say something, sir?
No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there?
Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking.
It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in the room that day.
Sir, I've never seen that girl until just the other day.
Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it.
Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't.
You mean you chased her into this room, not him?
Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it wasn't how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician.
Here's something you don't know about Trucy.
It's a little thing called, it's a little fella, little friend, partner, assistant, named Mr. Hat.
7 feet? Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would take a little girl for Zach Gramery. You don't want to know... Look. I feel like we don't need specifics. I think I can infer enough. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? It's one that we don't have the evidence for. We don't have Mr. Hat yet. I'll be back later. We do need to go find Trilogy. It's very important. He's probably going to be here at Wright & Co. law offices. At least they're going to be called that for the next couple of days.
Oh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came.
You okay, Daddy? They picking on you?
I'm fine as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. It's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks. My first show today, after all.
2 weeks have passed since then. Called her into my office. Oh, she doesn't... Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I, did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Cut to 7 years later, and now she's calling you Dad. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Uh-huh? Really?
So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
Uh-huh? I guess so. Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say, Daddy,
It's been... Immediate. Gone from... Daddy disappeared. 2 weeks later, new daddy. That was quick. Yes?
if I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy! Oh, and this office, it's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional.
I feel like in some degree, first of all, she's clearly kind of fucking with him a little bit. She knows this is a smart kid. Second of all, I feel like her dad prepared her for his disappearance. Like, full disclosure, I think that to some degree... Fuck it, in one moment.
I spilled some of my tea.
To some degree, I feel like Zach Gramery prepared her for his disappearance. Didn't prepare fucking anyone else, but he was preparing her. And she's smart enough that I'm pretty sure she's just fucking with us. Like, the daddy thing might become real later. Right now, it's... Especially because the first thing she mentions is the paying for her school lunches. She's 100% just fucking with him.
Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait! I have a child now! I can't feed Trucy like this! Oh, she probably needs more than the occasional watering, too. I'm guessing. Kids just need water, right? That's it? The end? Be done? An old movie poster hangs on the wall. Finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. Actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. I was thinking about it, makes me tear up. Wait, it's just allergies. Really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait, what was it called again? For a second I thought he was about to say, wait, why am I still planning on being her father when she's older? Like he's already settling into this role.
So, Daddy, you got fired for being a lawyer, right?
You can at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of harder for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Oh, wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it?
And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people. You were in college for an art degree before you switched over to law. I'm sure you know something about that.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gramarye.
Directly descendant? He's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Gramarye?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarye, and they're big.
The Gramaryes. They're on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Gramarye together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage, and this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
Oh, I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
No, I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed.
I love this kid.
You know, I think things are going to be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs?
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Alright, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da! Mr. Hat!
Hey, folks, it's Mr. Hat! I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yeah! Whoa! That was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat! Isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Oh, my routines do get a bit heady at times. Ha! Get it? Heady! My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valen, smiling. But then she went away.
Went away?
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Maybe so.
I cried then. A lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
Wait, this is the locket that Phoenix wears. And then he got off that guy. Wait, what? But now it has a picture. But no, this is different. This is your mother? She's beautiful.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Grammary.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Not missing. Not missing. Not missing. I'm sorry, Phoenix. She ain't missing. We know what happened to her. Now her daddy's vanished. Now her daddy's vanished too, right before her eyes.
Hey, Daddy? You won't...
Don't worry. I won't vanish. I promise.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
I guess all I write as is a backup plan. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The right talent agency opens tomorrow. This is my daddy, and this is my backup daddy. And this is backup daddy's husband. Well, I guess it's just daddy number 3? He doesn't like to show up a whole lot.
What? But are we representing anyone?
Me and you. That makes 2, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Oh, when you put it that way.
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or 2 in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Welcome to the team, Daddy-O.
The team. Right. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter.
Daddy? There's Missing Daddy, Unemployed Daddy, and the Red Daddy.
To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. Since we already know I can finish this one, let's go finish up with Meekins.
Oh, do we have to start over from the beginning? No! Boo! I was hoping that I could just, you know, start from the part that I was already at. That is highly unfortunate for me, I'm gonna be honest. But we're just gonna skip ahead.
Does this trick look familiar?
What's that?
A girl's favorite trick. The amazing Mr. Hat. She used it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar?
Oh, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir?
Come again?
Come again? At night, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat! He really exists!
Unlock successful.
I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. As that Grammar exited the courtroom, I gave chase and cornered him in the courtroom, sir. Zach Grammary, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gramery. Do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Gramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug.
So, Trucy was his accomplice.
Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him!
Mr. Hat.
I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream.
A dream that lasted a week?
But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat.
Though it seems complex, what really happened that day is quite simple. You were standing by the door, and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
So, while you are standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2, and all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat.
Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. And then I saw that cape. Zach Gramery's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. Or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait.
Oh, such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case.
It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me.
Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now.
Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor.
Okay.
I let the defendant escape, that's the stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Gumshoe!
Great detective?
What? Where'd you get that impression? Hello?
Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket. This is the free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want.
It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right. I'll see you in court next time then, sir.
I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Gramery that day in court, until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It'd be 7 years before I met him again.
He's still alive! Yay! Daddy's still alive! Huzzah! Well, it's not like he ever died.
He just up and ran away. Okay, because fucking Balance has... Well... Oh my goodness, we're going back to the Borscht Bowl Club. I kind of want to go to Drew's studio first. I know it wants me to do a back and forth thing, but I want to stick to the past. "7 years ago, Drew's studio. This place. This place gets a lot cleaner in the next 7 years. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. I decided on sooner. Drew Measham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes coldly watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me.
I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations, trust me.
Phoenix right, was it? No answer, but I can.
I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. Little Vera! Hello, child.
Oh, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello.
Gone.
Shall we begin then? Let's take a look around first.
This place gets a lot cleaner. Again, like, this place is so messy right now. Maybe I'll just slide on over here for a closer look. That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside it? A stamp?
Oh, please don't touch that, or I'll get in trouble. Oh, that stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere where she can see it.
That's Zack and Valence, the Grammarys, isn't it?
The post office issued this commemorative stamp last year, when the Grammarys were at the height of their popularity.
Not anymore, now that one of them has vanished off the face of the earth. And also one of them's dead.
I really went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. We watched them every time they came on TV. Until the end.
I see.
That stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it.
Good, I need more evidence. What's this red envelope?
Oh, don't touch that. It's quite important.
Painter's face just changed hues. Guess I'd better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. It's a pretty bottle.
Oh, don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see. And she always puts it somewhere she can see it. She looks at it often.
There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. We keep thinking it's nail polish. What if it's not? What if that's not nail polish in there? Is this you and Vera?
Yes, we took that one quite recently. I know I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately.
Ah, right. Shouldn't you practice? You use these gizmos for painting? They're pretty elaborate. Inside these... Oh, 100%. To be fair, in court, he's not exactly... This is not him, like, at his peak. He is at his best at this moment in time. In the 3 games leading up to this, in court, he was always the panicked... He was always freaking out and panicking. But it is funny to imagine that even now in the present time, when he's, like, scraggly beard, daddy, and all that, he looks super confident and all that, but he's still panicking constantly. That'd be really funny.
Ah, those. Oh, those aren't for painting, they're for analyzing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle.
Towards tools of the forgery trade, I guess. There are some finished paintings stacked here. They don't look all that bad, really.
I'll sell you one for 50 cents.
That's okay, they look kinda heavy.
Oh.
Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit. You know what, I bet if you started a Twitch account, sir, and you did painting on there, I'm sure you'd do great. Paints and pigments are lined up on the shelves, with some noticeable gaps.
It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paints I want. I insist on buying the ones I use with my own money.
I can see how you'd want to do that, sure.
Perhaps you've heard that you can make any color, as long as you have the 3 primary colors. Well, it's a lie. Poor guy.
It's pretty difficult. And ow. Thank you for the hydrate. Ow. Thank you for the posture check. Hi, Maya. Welcome back. Ooh. 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 He's the kind of guy who would use AI. Ugh. Don't. Ugh. I mean, you're probably not wrong, but. What's this painting here?
Oh, that's one of mine. It's an illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course, but I thought it might be a good business. As a father, I like to be able to put food on my daughter's table.
Not a feeling I know anything about. At least not yet. Okay, so officially in the timeline, this is before. This is probably the first thing that happens. It goes Drew Studio, talking to Misham, then to Right Code offices where we adopt Trucy, then back to the court where we talk to the Bailiff Meekins, and then to Valiant Grammary. I understand the order of operations here.
Oh, going home by any chance?
No, I was just checking out the door.
Oh.
I think I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. I don't remember seeing a timeline. They just said 7 years ago. Judging from this place, you're a painter?
Not sadly a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by, were it only me.
Your daughter?
Her mother grew weary of me and left. I didn't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation.
Forgeries.
Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen, and who knows what my copies are used for.
But some of your works aren't paintings, correct?
You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting.
What?
To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility.
Then why did you take the job?
I was well paid. Very well paid.
I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape.
Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course.
Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. But that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me.
I knew it would be difficult to escape this.
Then let's talk. Well, then, ready to tell me about this work you did?
It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings.
I guess it would be a little different from paintings.
And that is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy.
This wasn't a copy?
The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I could only surmise was written by my client.
So you used the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote?
Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature.
In other words... Oh yeah, his hair... Dude definitely has some really bad bedhead. Like, you can definitely tell what side of his body he sleeps on. What was I saying? Yeah, they gave him a sample and he learned the handwriting. So, who was your client?
As I said in court, I do not know.
Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them, not personally.
A Cyclock, of course. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. Let's see what we can find out.
Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Measham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclops in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So, what's Mr. Measham hiding? Here's the thing, we already know the answer to this question. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. What is it then? You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any Cyclops. Psycho-locks? So some sort of asylum security? Or new hairstyle, perhaps? Then they did show up, didn't they? Not personally. Those words triggered the Cyclops. Again with the Psycho-locks. Now I really must know what they are. Don't worry about it, it's some magic bullshit, it's occult stuff, you don't gotta worry. So, you didn't meet the client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclops. As long as I come to the correct conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is? The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Measham. Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at Drew Studio is... The real forger is your daughter, Vera Measham, isn't it? Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. Cyclops telling me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. Unlock successful. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her. A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio when she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. When did we get magic? Ace Attorney 2, I believe? I don't think the Magatama was in Ace Attorney 1. I believe it was Ace Attorney 2. So yeah, about 3 games. Several games ago. They're my little girl's paintings now. Do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So Vera was the one who made this page. So, okay. Yeah, okay. Basically, Maya, what happened is we're currently 7 years in the past. We're playing as Phoenix Wright, not Apollo Justice. So we have Phoenix's abilities, which at the time are the Magatama, which he uses to see the Cyclops. Apollo uses his bracelet for perception, but Phoenix has his own abilities. I believe he got it from Maya. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here, to the studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So, they talked to your daughter? I will speak only with the artist, the client told me. Then that little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Oh, it might have been... It was either Maya or someone in the Faye family. We know it came from them, but... Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more, or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? Mr. Measham, I have a request.
Let me guess. You would like to speak with my daughter.
Can I?
My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy. Extremely so, actually. With only one exception.
That's right, Maya gave it to Pearl to give to us, while she was out doing her training.
oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort.
Okay, I know what happened. I'm 100% certain I know what happened now. She was so willing to talk to the client because he was the client. Valiant Grammary was the client. That's why she was so willing to talk to him. That's how someone gave her the stamp. It was when Maya was arrested for murder for the third time? Was it the third time? I remember the first time. Anyways, so Valiant Grammary got Vera Misham to make the copy for him. And that's why he was able to get her to open up, as well as able to get the stamp, which is kind of fucked up when you realize this, when you remember the stamp was poisoned. This motherfucker tried to poison a 12-year-old girl. This guy. You don't think Valiant would do that? I think he did it. I think it was him. Right now, everything points to him. I'm gonna be honest. That's the thing. You're right. I'm not 100% certain. But there's enough weirdness going on that makes me think it was him. Because if it wasn't Valiant, it would have to be... I don't think Zack would do it himself. So then it would be Thalassa, because it had to be one of the three of them. Because it wouldn't have been Magnifi himself. Please, let me speak with her.
Alright.
You're right, sometimes they're not that simple. If it's true that Thalassa Grammary isn't dead and she's just missing, it could be her. Whoever booked... That's what I'm saying. Whoever booked the forged evidence? You're... To be fair, Chris, I think... You're right, I think actually Christoph Gavin might have had a hand in it. Maybe it wasn't Valiant, maybe it was Christoph Gavin. Because he's my next guess, actually, but I don't know how he would get her to talk to him. Uh-oh, this could be tough. Vera, was it? Would you like to have a friendly chat? Has it been aliens yet? No, it was a ghost. It has been a ghost before. A ghost has been the murderer. But so far it has not been aliens. I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say Do, Re, Mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. The main reason I immediately thought it was one of the Grammarys is because she's such a big fan of them. So I guess it's entirely possible that he was able to convince her to talk to him because of, like, let's talk about the Grammarys, and here's this, that, and the other. Was a ghost a murderer twice or just suspect? I only remember the ghost being the murderer once. From the last case of the third game, if I recall correctly. Have I examined everything in the room? I've examined a lot of stuff in this room. Would you like to have a friendly chat? I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the key. Oh, wait, did I already have this conversation? Oh, I did. What do you think about this? I think I just made her nervous. I need something to grab her attention, but what? And then there's this. My stamp.
Hey, she spoke! She can talk! Yeah, so the stamp. How can I keep her talking? Isn't Shrimp Grammary amazing? Yes? Oh, especially like those two, Zach and Valance. I mean, they're, just so magical.
Aren't they? Aren't they?
Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know?
Me too, me too. Oh, I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic. Yeah.
I triggered the autism hyperfocus. Good. How do you arrest a ghost? Funny thing about that. We put a ghost on trial. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start.
I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammary Museum of Magic.
Grammary Museum? They have one of those? That's true. Ghost has been on trial multiple times. Or... only legally. It's complicated. Also, it's been like 40 years since I played those games, so I don't remember all the details. I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. Oh, have you been to one of their shows?
Just once, when I was little, with Father. The Grammary's on stage. It was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together. They do it all.
Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zach and Valent, maybe?
Oh, sure.
Alright. I could ask him before he changes their minds. See, here's the thing. There's definitely a certain level of the hyperfocus, but also there's a certain part of what the fuck is a working memory?
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
Well, true, but there are lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
I see.
Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Grammary Museum. With you, in fact. Oh, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise.
Thank you for the lurk, Maya. We'll see you later.
That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me.
The person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Mother, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things?
I really like painting a lot. Father's always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So you did this too?
Oh yes, that was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips and the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze on the computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work was the last nail in the Grammary coffin. I guess no one told her. Don't tell her.
They're the best in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean True Grammary? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
I guess I just took it. Yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean that letter was from the client?
Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day.
Yep, it was Christoph Gavin. It was Christoph Gavin.
I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on her good side. Christoph motherfucking Gavin tried to kill a girl half his age. Fucking insane. Unless he wanted to kill Drew Misham with it? But she was the only one who knew it was him. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received? Would it be better if you tried to kill a girl the same age? It'd be a little bit less fucked up. I wouldn't say better, just less bad.
I can't talk about it. Huh? If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yeah, but I really, really have to know.
Psych locks activating.
Right, time to do some psych unlocking. You seem to trust this client. Quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you the stamp?
No, that's not why. But listen to me. It's my problem.
Problem that keeps her inside all the time?
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you?
The nail polish.
Wait. The nail polish.
If the nail polish is her good luck charm,
that explains why she uses it, and even in the future, she still uses it regularly. That fingernail, that polish, it can't be the poison, can it? She didn't use it regularly, but she used it a couple of times. And it's such an odd thing for... I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm?
Darn it! No!
It's not technically evidence! What do you mean it's not technically evidence?
I already saw it.
Shoot. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more. Maybe I have to go look at it again. Because I'm sure that this is it. I'm 100% sure that it's the fingernail polish. I've already looked at it. Oh, please. I understand the Grammys inside. I might have to come back later. Paints are scattered all around, probably the ones he's currently using. Something very artistic about a messy room. Not that this is anything compared to my office. I guess I'll make my office a masterpiece. Yeah, I guess we have to leave. We'll be back later for you. I have a feeling this is going to turn into a very the Somnium File situation of the stuff from the future. Yeah, you really do need to follow the order? Damn it. That's not a feeling. Because here's the interesting thing. This can turn into Somnium Files thing where it's like, the stuff you learn over here will be used over here, but how you know it, nobody knows. It's magic. God, I love the Somnium Files games. Okay, like, before this, we actually played Nirvana Initiative. Great game. It fucking... Ooh. Good times. Also, Zero Escape games. Also great. Love those games. Fantastic. Love the escape rooms. Good shit, we're moving on. Christoph Gavin, hello, motherfucker. I'll be taking my leave now. So, some work to do back at the office. And I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Wait a second. Hold on. Aren't you in prison? Later, then. You got one ending to PF1. PF1. 2 hours left on my shift. I wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. This isn't the present. For a second, when it said present, I thought it meant present day present. No, this is a couple months ago present. This is shortly before the start of this game present. Do you know? Oh! Oh! Oh, I'm stupid! I'm a fucking moron! Oh! Oh! Ooh! You... Oh! 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 Oh no! Ooh! Oh! It's been a... Oh! I'm so sorry, my dude! Okay, it's definitely you. You're at the... Ooh. Okay, I definitely blame you. You're the fault of everything. Fuck you. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that explains why he had the locket, though. Look at this motherfucker. To be fair, it's not like we necessarily got a great look at Shady way back when. Plus, he's got a beard now. Completely different person. Definitely not Zach Gramery. Totally different dude. Who I am? No. But if you hit it, if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding. I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. Oh, just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night of the keys. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is a friend of yours? What the fuck do you mean that he's here? Why are you a part of this? Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. Oh, he will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. And this competition will be between us, no others. This is the night he died. Oh no! Oh no! The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come here to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. The real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes? But before we go, yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Breschel. Spark Breschel, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am. Have we... met? Ah! Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this!
Who? Mr. Enigmar.
The defendants escaped. Find them, quick! Bailiff, close all exit.
This is the second time since the last save that we've done this exact little sequence.
You can't be! But you're... Zach Gramery? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of one. You. Zach Gramery? Oh, this must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there.
Da,
We'll play soon. Ready to room.
da, I will be preparing the hideout for you.
Are you really him? The Zach Gramery? Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much Inconvenience, I fear.
Ace Attorney Chronicles? We have. We played Ace Attorney Chronicles last year? Fun times.
Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already, if you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I've come. That and to settle a matter of cards.
You want to hear Russian accents? Boy, did my playthrough of Ace Attorney Chronicles have a lot of them.
By which you mean poker.
Those eyes, he's serious.
I despise losing above all else. And so I've decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes.
Well, the boat and the Russian guy with the mouse. Rasputin. Everyone loves Rasputin. I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary.
Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me, and I you.
We competed that day 7 years ago, too.
Ah, yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue.
2, 1.
Showdown time.
I lost.
It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice.
Who was the first?
The man I killed, of course.
You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker.
Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do.
Trucy's power?
Trucy. She is in a class of her own.
For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Danny, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon.
Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a sample of performance magic. Those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill.
Her line?
Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost.
Magnifique Grammary.
That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call.
Okay, Magnifique Grammary is the father of Thalassa Grammary, who is Trucy's mother.
Ooh, wait. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it.
Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Grammary blood or something?
Blood. I am sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders, and it is nothing you need to know at this time.
Some kind of Grammary secret, then? Fine. Let's ask about Trucy first.
She's 15 this year?
She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know.
I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause.
Wait, you were planning on vanishing? You were planning on vanishing from the get-go?
Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this.
This?
A transfer of rights. You see the signature?
A transferal? That's Magnifique's Grammary signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammary.
Yes, it is I.
Wait, this page looks torn.
You recall the diary, yes?
Yes, the diary that was torn that led to the forged evidence. We've all seen it. To be fair, Phoenix did say what I believe to be the missing page, not that it was actually.
How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifi gave it to me that night. Could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnifi Grimmary's illusions are true art. And as such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I have risked all to come here tonight. Russell?
Sir? Ah, here you go.
What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy!
Which means Val and Grammarly can't perform his Magnifi's magic. Because it was passed on to Trucy before Zack died. So by all legal rights, only Trucy can perform those acts.
I would have you sign here as a witness.
But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary. Besides, and you need a public notary who says, I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary.
You are?
By day, I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day, I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well.
Mood. I take off my glasses and I'm blind from 3 inches. Where is it? There it is. Look at me. I can't see anymore. I'm super blind. Makes me angry. Goes back on. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I've come here tonight. It's for all of rights, and it was notarized. Let's fucking go! Get fucked, Valent Grammarly! I finally figured it out. Thank you. Hold on, how about this? How about now? We're not on a date with anyone. He is technically he's daddy, and I'm daddy. So maybe it is date time. I should wear this outfit more often. I just like how this looks. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 70 years, you said? Precisely. You're daddy, he's daddy. Are there any other daddies I should know about? Miles Edgeworth comes walking out of the room, of another room. There's a law that covers your situation. After 70 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Didn't even think of Edward. Who else? Who would be a better replacement? Who else? In this situation, it would be him. I'm trying to think who else. Who's daddy that's not also an asshole? In Ace Attorney specifically, I might add. To mention all their possessions. Exactly, which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document, before my 7 years are up. You might say I'm securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. In this case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grimmary. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zack Grammarly, and Valent Grammarly. Not Trucy. I see. So you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now, only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay? I was kind of hoping you'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery.
Sir, if I present to you this locket, this person in the photo is Tracy's mother.
How did you come by this? She showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say?
What? Ah, I know.
Whoa, you're still here?
According to my in-depth research, Tracy's mother, Magnifique Gramarie's only daughter, end quote.
What? Magnifique's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Mushroom, you say too much.
What am I? Why am I the bad guy? Why?
Zack decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, the discussion is over. The loss of Gramarye. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. So I begin our game. My final competition. Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago, we played. 7 years ago, I lost. I already lost to Magnifique. I do not care to lose to another. And I've heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think of me a lawyer might be out there, pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. You can try lightening up. That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brusher, you may leave.
Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop!
I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough.
I just remembered a future prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man. Make sure to sing us a song next time. You know, because you're the Piano Man. To sing us, it's an old Elton John song. Okay, I'm just gonna go now. I'm gonna take my leave. I'm just gonna walk out now.
Then let us begin. Dealer,
Nah,
you will be witness to our competition.
it is honor for me.
Why haven't I seen her around here before? Oh, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. The Gramarye power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Gramarye knew. But how? And why? Present day. Central Prison. Solitary cell 13. Why the fuck does Gavin get all the fucking... What the fuck? Bullshit. I call bullshit. How the fuck... How did... Okay, no. Bigger question. Other than why. How? How? Did you build the bookcase? Did you build the bookshelf here? In it? They're fantastic, okay? They're beautiful. Okay. Did they rip the wall down, put the bookshelf in, put the wall back up, or did they just go in, like, panel by panel and build the damn bookshelf in the middle of his fucking cell? What the fuck? And why am I inside the cell and not talking to him through the bars? Considering he's a defense attorney and they hate the defense in this game, you make a great point. You make a good point. Defense attorneys are always getting the short end of the stick. Day before his... Yeah? Well, well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? A revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Do some crunches and work out on company time? Hell yeah. Get fucked, company. Pay me money. Pay me money. Let me have downtime. Pay me money. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Oh, yes. She's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending, but she is my best friend, as they say. Est, come on now. I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course, she's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Von Gol. Cute, but feisty. Every dog had its thorn. Oh, what I want to get to work from home. That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? Well, that I do, but they read it first, apparently. But still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek in is out of the question. Looks dumb loyalty. It's strange, you know? Here I am in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you got more than books up there. Oh yes, my collection. I have a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Bullshit. Fuck you. I'm gonna knock those glasses off your face. See how well you read it in. Just a little? Also, this fucking chair. That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You'd probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my alpha chairs. And here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issue chair for this. Those prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Oh, there's not much else to look at. Life has been full of surprises, for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. J.D. Smith was the man of the name you killed. Name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramery. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. Oh, but you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty, but your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I'm an evil human being. Isn't that enough? No, for me it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. Recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes, the trial was at Grammary pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? Fucking bastard. That was when I met you, wasn't it? Or was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment, despite the fact that fucking Von Karma, motherfucker, was a constant user. Goddamn. Anyways. Unanimous. Save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. This was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position after all. 7 years that we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship told me was never pure. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. A night of our game. That Grammar mentioned your name, Gavin. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. Oh shit, what the fuck? Hello? I'm broken? We're good? What the fuck happened? What the fuck was that? That was weird. Little glitch, don't worry. Got a little glitch in the... What the hell? Something is wrong with my model. Why are you looking up when I look down? Hello? Interesting. Pause. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, we're good. We're fixed. I debugged. I ran my fucking whatchamacallit. Ah, darn it. Thank you for the DDoS Punisher. I broke again. Ow. Right myself. There we go. Yep, I don't know what, I ran a little virus scan, knocked it out, we're good, we're clean. Take those off again. Actually, no, for you, you don't deserve to see me without the vest. You don't get that, Gavin. Those are reserved for dates, or whenever the chat decides. I have to know, why did you kill Shady Smith? No, Zach Grammary. How many locks? Ooh, you've got a bunch of them. Whoa! I've never seen Cyclocks like these. This is a new color. Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life's to be taken easy, you know. Wait, hold on. Motherfucker, why do you have this? This looks just like Vera's nail polish thing. He's doing his nails. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, I can't unlock it. It won't let me. You must stay fabulous at all times. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? No, there's a lot of dudes use nail polish. Who cares? Have you seen Matt Mercer? Dude looks great. Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say. One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. A first rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me.
Here we go. I have what I need. Farewell, I'm gonna go back to the past. See you later. Goodbye. We're gonna do some time travel now.
Is this your good luck charm? This was what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottle's over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
Don't ask me why I have this. I don't have an answer for you. I heard once cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Ugh. Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting anymore on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
And you didn't. You did a great job. You didn't tell anyone. I learned it all. I figured it out on my own.
I'm sorry. I can't talk about the client. I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then?
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
So, where did you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well, but that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was. Pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I am sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes. They're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late.
So Phoenix has known this entire time.
Okay.
We still haven't actually finished the Borscht Bowl Club. And I don't know if I have everything for Valant yet. I have a feeling it's going to be the end. I still need to do his Magatama. I can either finish his Magatama or Valant's Magatama. I don't know which one, but we'll find out. I do have stuff for Valant now. I think I do too, but we're already here, so I want to see what I need.
I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you.
You gotta use the resources at hand, I always say.
Yet I myself have no such power. But Trucy does. Why is that?
Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother.
The loss of Gramery? I will not speak of that. Loss is officially missing, correct? I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. I don't know if we have what we need for this. Except for maybe this? The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. The Lhasa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant Gramarye's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Lhasa? I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved the Lhasa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. But there was a warmth in them that I felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnifique Gramarye has joined her. The only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else. Someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited the Lhasa's power. How would I know? No. No. Hold on. My chances are slim. Take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. Someone else with the power. And I know who. Wait, what? You're kidding me. This boy? His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy, I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a thing between this boy and the Lhasa. Actually, it's more of a ring. The bracelet! Ugh! A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I also happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Except the fact that I don't have that evidence yet. Oh, I need his bracelet! Oh! Okay. Holy shit. Holy shit. Apollo Justice is the Lhasa Gramarye's other son. Oh my god. Maybe not Zack Gramarye's child, but definitely the Lhasa's. Check the photo again? He doesn't have the bracelets. Yeah, I was about to say, if she's wearing a bracelet, it's not showing up here on this. I'm sure that it's the bracelet, but we can't see it in this commemorative stamp. Yeah, I don't have it yet. But I know what the answer is. I just need to prove it now. This is Trucy's mother, the Lhasa. But there it is! She's pretty. I can picture her on stage with Zack. Still, she looks like a down-to-earth type, too. Yes, Trucy takes after her. Damn it, no, hold on. Where's the zoom in? It's hard to see. It doesn't count as evidence, but I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it! She has the bracelet! Ah! Apollo's mom! What does Apollo know about his mom? Because he doesn't know about the Gramaryes. Holy shit. That means Apollo and Trucy are brother and sister. Huh. Interesting. Wild. Absolutely bug fucking wild. They Star Wars your ass? No, if they Star Wars our ass, they would have been about the same age and they would have kissed. No, they did not Star Wars us. Thank goodness for that. Proof of the danger was the sage pistol. An accident happened. She's 15 and he's 22, so no. And this shows who it was. But that's Zach Grammy's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe was her name. Oh, Alakazam! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in it now, Mona. Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. What shows how much danger she was in? Wait. Mr. Wright, I envy you. It appears your chosen profession is fault. Okay, that's fine. The stamp is the other one. A single misstep can be that was my other guess, but I was like, this one maybe because it shows that this is real and dangerous and bullets hurt and kill. Name isn't enough. I need to recreate that day in his mind, starting with where she stood. Troop Grammary's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. Oh, we were not merely the latest craze. We were an age, a golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes? Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. Part of his memory is still locked up. There is one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But, Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Alan's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Upon the right address, Mr. Wright. I'm so close, there has to be something. That of Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valent's relationship with Magnifi. I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove mine that Thalassa's accident tied your hands completely with the person? Okay. So, if he had a crime and an accomplice, maybe not a great foundation for blackmail. Trucy. I'm going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands. And this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. Nope. She's the old man's only granddaughter. Were you, by any chance, trying to threaten me? No, of course not. You'll never make a good blackmail officer. Okay, well, I tried. Not a career choice to be considering, actually. I give up your dream. Troop was a tight-knit unit. It's all about the people involved. Their personalities, their histories. Who was the lost? Oh. And the daughter of Magnifi Grammary. Yeah. I don't think this is... It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Grammary's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Grammary's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. And that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you. I don't know what was. It was an accident! Why did they let you have those in jail? I guess they just couldn't find them. There's no proof. None at all. Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It'd take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Grammary? The master, Magnifi Grammary, his only daughter, and his 2 disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident, but that is all it was. An accident. Zack and Valence tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly. Straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. The same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. That for whose bullet stole the lost life. We shall never know the answer. The loss has disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Lucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. That led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnifi Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is, it was a critical time for Troupe Gramarye. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valent, and not his own daughter? We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. The loss's death was the greatest sacrifice of all.
I don't like the way that we're framing this. I'm not a fan of, like, well, we had to just cover up her death so the rest of us could go on with our lives and be famous.
Even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads. It was dark behind the scenes in Troupe Gramarye, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? He was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. Sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research.
Weird kind of like toothbrush head, carried a toothbrush with him, wetted it on his tongue, put it on his glasses because he's a weirdo. Did you happen to remember his name?
But what was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zack. I liked him not. I see. His name I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It is no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. Sorry.
Hi, Monica. Ooh. Hope you're doing well.
I had begun to notice the dark curtain hanging over Troupe Gramarye, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman. I never learned who that was at the time. Well, I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint. The last floss-thin thread connecting Zack Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later, I'd have to track him down.
And just like that, I think we're done in the past. Brew Studio and Sunshine Coliseum. We can't unlock you yet. I need the bracelet. Let's go to the studio. Present day, Drew Studio. Oh, after Drew Measham's death. Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar. End quote.
Can I ask what you're doing here?
Mr. Misha was poisoned, and his daughter's... Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know. Yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. A journalist wishes he'd tracked down case just a little quicker. End quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? Zach Gramery was a good friend. And I said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character. What a man. Have a little... No, a lot. No, extremely rough around the edges. The daughter, Vera, she was the one who was arrested for Drew Meacham's death. And in the trial, right before we came to the past, she was knocked out from a slightly below lethal dose amount of the poison, which is why I think the poison's in the goddamn fingernail polish. But she was using such small amounts, and she rarely used it, that it didn't cause a problem. But being arrested for her father's death, and being in court and constantly using it to try and build up her confidence, and biting her fingers, she accidentally ingested it. So she's not dead, but she is in the hospital. Do you think I can ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not other way around. End quote. Fine, shoot. I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. It was tragic what happened to Drew Meacham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in low, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. Then I interviewed him. I found out something about Mr. Meacham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hi, Delphi. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Oh, no.
Door to darkness?
I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on the case, no less. A journalist gets tingling sensation on back and neck. Freaks out. End quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Drew Meacham felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? Ah, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Or right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. And for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacted me in order to have this made. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, aren't we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me? I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifique Gramery? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident during the quick draw shooting practice? My, you're well informed. You could have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, woman, a little puppy. All for me. The little puppy is the most important part. Make sure to write that down. Everything else I could do without. I need that puppy. I was younger then, in my days, and I smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Melon Gramery did mention one particularly nosy reporter. You definitely fit the bill, no offense. Oh, none taken. I do like to do a good old sniff. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifique Gramery at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared. Quite suddenly at that. And Magnifique wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. A journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? This guy, he's a reporter. An occasional notarist. He might be a clown, but he's not an artist. This is not his studio. Zach Gramery. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Gramery in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciple scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record.
Sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant.
Those teeth are a work of art. They're a work of something, alright. Work of terror, maybe.
He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh?
This is why tea is important. This is why I always have throat coat.
Waiting for his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifique Miracle. Of course, it was all a dream.
Because of this.
The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valent?
So Valent waited until Zach died. Legally, at least.
The time finally comes and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for a show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know.
If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too.
100%, absolutely. Especially considering how many visual novels I play on the stream.
Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. A bit cliche, but you know, what are you gonna do when it comes true? What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle.
That is pretty classic.
When you're in a performance troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing.
And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Mr. Rushell, do you know this person?
Do I know that person? Of course! I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife.
Thalassa Grammary. Magnifique Grammary's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her?
Well, why the heck not? So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. There it is. Important information. Important information alert. Ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Write that down.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before.
No, Trucy, well, Phoenix adopted Trucy. Trucy's not adopted. Trucy is Zach and Thalassa's.
You weren't here.
You weren't here, Delphi. You don't know what we figured out. You see this boy right here? See this boy right here? You know how he has a bracelet? I want you to look very closely at this picture. Tell me if you see anything interesting. Tell me if you see anything interesting. Tell me if you see... No. I'm literally pointing at it. What's this? Oh my goodness. What is this right here? Not the hair curl. Unless you know you don't see it. She's wearing the bracelet. You can see it barely. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year.
I didn't know.
Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know? That is my deduction at this point in time, Delphi. Technically it has not been confirmed. Technically. But... bracelets! There they are. I found them. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all.
What do you mean?
Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy. End quote.
What? But Trilogy said she was the only child.
Ah, yes. This one she had with her previous husband.
Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance?
Yep. They had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now.
Thalassa had another child?
Think I could borrow that photo? Sure. I can be generous on occasion, you know. Time zones and daylight savings time.
I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget.
People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger. Don't you think?
I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to anything you were saying.
Let me see here. I still carry a portrait photo of her around. Yep, nope. I guess we're not gonna question that, are we? Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think.
Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can, and I have to tell what I find to those who come next.
Next, you say?
I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore.
Magnifique. I was just wondering what Magnifique would think of all this.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen it in Trucy? He's got his power.
You mean how I can't lie to Trucy?
It was the same with Magnifique, and with his daughter, Thalassa.
It's a strange thing. You think it's some grammary gene?
Magnifique told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes, but not good like a Grammary's eyes. Not that good.
I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammary's secret was?
Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone.
Zack Grammary. Plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammary fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grammary's power. A power which passed from Magnifique Grammary to the Thalassa, to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet one who bridged it all together.
There's some weird time travel stuff going on here, because this happened months after this. I think you're right. I just don't know if we can go all the way through with it. No, I think you're right. I think we can. Because Sunshine Coliseum is going to be Valent, but we need to talk to Zack first. Zack Grammary, okay. Zack Grammary, aka Shady Smith, is the father of Trucy Wright after marrying Thalassa Grammary, who was the daughter of famed magician Magnifique Grammary. Of course, his original name was Zack Enigmar, but he took the name Grammary as part of joining the Grammary troupe. Troupe Grammary. Was instated. Valent Grammary was Zack's partner, Magnifique's other disciple, and was also in love with Thalassa. Thalassa had a previous husband who we don't know about, and her first child, before Trucy, was one Mr. Apollo Justice. Who now has the same power of perception. And also one of her bracelets. No. So Shady Smith here, this guy, was killed by Christoph Gavin at the beginning of this game, at the beginning of Apollo Justice. He was the first murder victim. Valent Grammary very likely killed Magnifique Grammary.
Yes. Yes, 100%. Valiant Gramery was in love with a woman who married 2 other people. Gavin only did 1 murder. Gavin killed Shady Smith, aka Zach Gramery. Valiant Gramery killed Magnifique Gramery. Christoph Gavin also technically killed Drew Measham, but 7 years later, because he was potentially going to kill a 12-year-old girl? Still not entirely sure on that. I'm pretty sure he meant to kill a 12-year-old girl. He also might have poisoned a girl who's now no longer 12. She's now 19. Oh no, he's in jail. Gavin's in jail. And he was the defense attorney. We're talking about Christoph Gavin, the brother of Clavier Gavin, the prosecutor. Christoph Gavin is Clavier Gavin's brother. Wrong Gavin. Here, I can make this a little bit easier. Let me start over. Okay. Zach Grammar, okay, Magnifique Grammary, daughter, Thalassa Grammary, disciples, Valant and Zach. Zach married Thalassa, had Trucy. She died in an accident. Magnifique, killed by Valant Grammary, blaming Zach Grammary. Very likely, from what I can tell. Zach Grammary goes on the run. But the one who forged evidence that also made us lose our Phoenix lose his attorney badge was Christoph Gavin, brother of Clavier Gavin, the prosecutor. 7 years later, he kills Zach Grammary, aka Shady Smith. We never found out why at the time, but he knew who it was, so that's why. At the same time, 7 years ago, he sent a mail to Vera Measham, the forger, with the intent of killing her, but she didn't die. And later on, the thing that was supposed to kill her ended up killing him. So he has killed at least 2 people. That's the whole complicated web of relationships going on here. Minus the fact that I didn't talk about Apollo, but he's absolutely Thalassa's son from her first marriage. We've already done all this. I just happen to have evidence to show the missing link. Here's evidence I get a few months in the future. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Gramarys as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child, then? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Gramary family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zach? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I bet I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. Let's go! We figured it out! We're geniuses! Oh no! This strange power, I myself do not know where it comes from. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Grammary line. It runs in the veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa, once. And this is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. Tension? If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. And this is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension, without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Oh, I bet I know what it is. It's not necessarily that the bracelet detects the tension. It's probably that he gets, like, his pulse alters a little bit when he notices it. If I were to add science to this equation. And those bracelets just happen to be made in such a way that they could feel it thrumming against their wrist. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. What kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. This is where, to be fair, occult stuff exists in this world. This is not new. He literally has a Magatama that he just used. So, magic is real. Like, we can't really deny that. My FA would channel the soul of her dead sister and grow boobs. So, anything can happen. I don't really need to tell me at this point, but those two, our brother and sister, yes. And the brother, too, has this power of theirs. Basically, Delphi, that's kind of the idea I'm getting. So Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live a life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt, once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? How many games do I think? If he doesn't tell them this game, I'll be a little bit shocked. But if he doesn't tell them this game, it'll be Spirit of Justice. It'll be Game 6. Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with the power? Or what have I told you? The Gramarye power reacts to tension in others. When a Gramarye senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. I was right! I'm close. Some mind news they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for! Oh, with the bracelet on, one can sense these contractions. Because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. When the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? It's not magic, it's just a naturally high perception. I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped, if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. And it all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. Or one must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So, basically what you're saying is, the Gramaryes can see really well? Or for them, seeing is more than believing. It is knowing. The power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me, too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something! Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You were talking about poker, yes? The timing when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Gramarye. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? Oh, I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnifique Gramarye, passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifique's test. Test? In his last years, Magnifique Gramarye worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him. So I thought of the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this. I give my art to you, Zach. What? And as thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zach. I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah! I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valent his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Oh, yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zach. And I am sorry. I've done much that was wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it's not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Oh, and now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know? What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for Almonte's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There are even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness! Well, seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? That night, Zack Gremory was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Gremory. 7 years passed. 7 years pass. I, Zack Gremory. Oh, I didn't have a chance to read it all. Okay, so we need to go to the Sunshine Coliseum and go talk to Valent. Present day, Sunshine Coliseum. Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
Long time no see, Mr. Valent.
7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself, and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you.
I have walked a difficult road these past 7 years.
Because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire?
Do not be deceived. Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way.
Zack Gremory.
His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zack Gremory murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime.
You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you?
I remember as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said.
I had no idea.
And that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillain destruction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce?
What I suggest is because you never made it clear what happened. Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day, which is why I came here to get the answer from you. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later.
The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight.
That's an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Well, I think we have all we need to bring you down a peg there, Valent.
Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me.
I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened.
For 7 long years I've endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age.
all the miracles of our troop within my grasp.
Sorry to do this, Valent, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. I don't want to be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this.
And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammary seal.
I should have brought this to your attention sooner. I didn't imagine you'd be planning a comeback quite so fast.
What is this?
A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnify's miracles.
What? Zack Grammary. He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter?
True seeing more. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days.
Preposterous! Zack is gone! Vanished into the void!
This is the genuine article. Zack was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this.
Whoa! Why does fate toy with me so? Why would my life be lived in thrall to the dead?
You're not the only one with that problem.
But he shot Magnify. Yes, it was Zack. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness.
Think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zack Grammary shot Magnify? Was that why you testified?
Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out.
Oh, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. You really killed Magnify Grammary.
7 years passed. I, Zack Grammary, murdered my mentor, Magnify Grammary. I apologize for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from court and hereby confess to my crime.
I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zack Grammary wants one more thing before passing on.
This is a confession.
In which he admits to the killing of Magnify Grammary. See? All according to your plan.
I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself.
Zack wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him.
Alakazol-MG!
How many bunnies and doves are you holding in that hat and that cloak of yours that they keep just getting out like that? Do you keep catching them? Is that what's happening? Do you just like, hold on, get back here. Not going anywhere. Or you just have a bunny dimension in your hat.
You do know what this confession is nothing but lies.
Yes, it's my opinion that Zack Grammary killed no one.
Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he vanished to protect me, his partner. A stirring tale, 'tis true.
Did you shoot Magnify Grammary in the forehead?
If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There's nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnify's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me.
Knew it. So Valent Grammary did kill the great Magnify.
So sorry, Mr. Light, but it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple, such as,
I don't know, knack and talent, Grammary, maybe?
Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night.
Did Magnify Grammary kill himself?
I don't suppose you figured it out by now?
If it wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnify, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean...
Yes, the great Magnify Grammary himself.
But why? So Magnify Grammary committed suicide?
You find it hard to believe?
What I find more hard to believe is the fact that it would be pinned on one of you guys. Like, the fact that he killed himself, honestly, not the biggest surprise. He was dying of cancer. To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. When I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnifique Remery? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifique transferred the rights of his repertoire to my partner, Zach Remery, not me. I see. And I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Valiant Grammary confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnifique's plan. You wanted to die by one of your hands? Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon. Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifique. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifique's hospital room. Which was? IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If it was actually not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnifique called me back. I'm sorry, Valent. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please, help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I'd just been told consumed me. That's when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnifique Remery, killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. That killed him. He was the one. Frame him and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of the suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I brought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifique died, and you blame Zack for his murder. As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but... yes. I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. Was that Grammary was alive? Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that no, we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Grammary. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistakes. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you.
Question, what's gonna happen to the Troop Grammary magic show here? Like, this is a lot of money that was put into this. Oops. Yes, Valent is finally... guilt has eaten away at him. He's finally told the truth. He's like, well, I guess we're shutting her down. Zack Grammary, Shady Smith. Whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver. And the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life.
I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. There's only one thing left to do. We should have everything now. All the evidence, all the confessions. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when it'll be finished? Well. Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is True Misham. I was right. It's the one that was missing from the crime scene. That was put in the letterbox that Brushel saw.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
And if we look, there's the commemorative stamp. That if we took that off, we'll see the trace of poison on it. If this is the last letter that True Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this atroquinine spray finds anything. It's fucking covered in it. So this was True Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, alright. No mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. Gotcha. Finally, decisive evidence! What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Mira Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atroquinine poisoning, but it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right, wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. There's no mistaking it. This commemorative stamp was the one on the desk at Drew's studio, which makes this the letter he mailed just before he died. Better hold on to this one. Oops. But I need to prove it in many things. Please tell me we have sticky fingers. Please tell me we sticky fingered and took off the stamp. Motherfucker's got a camera in his hat. You fucking bitch. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it's time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter. The final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. To be continued! And what perfect timing. That is some insanely perfect timing. That is exactly 3 hours. Or at least it's exactly 7 o'clock. Oh my goodness. So much happened today. Holy shit. Oh my god. Because I feel like the last trial is going to take a while. So maybe we'll continue this next week. We're so close. We're right there. But that's all I have in me for today. Y'all, this shit's getting fucking wild. A lot of things are happening as I expected. Ow, thank you for the hydrate. I just hydrated. I'll do it again. Thank you for the posture check as well. Maya, I'm sorry.
We're closing out. Ow, thank you for the hydrate again. Hold on. Ow, okay, I'll foster again. I'll stretch, I promise. You keep hitting me with the gas can. Okay, so, from today, what we have learned.
Worthless consumer models.
We learned that there's a bunch of bitches in this game that are worthless consumer models. Yes, correct. No. We had confirmation of who killed Magnifi. It was not Valent. I was wrong about that. Everything else, though, I was right about. Kristoff did a bunch of murder. Zach Gramery learning that he was actually Shady Smith. Oh my god. The whole thing about Apollo being fucking a Gramery. That was insane. There's a lot going on. But that's all we have time for today. So let me see who else is streaming. She's not still going, is she? No. Let's see. Yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope that y'all enjoy me and my silly voices. Thank you, Maya, for getting that ready while I still try and decide what we're doing. Hmm. I think I'm gonna actually send you, instead of rating anyone in particular, I think I'm just gonna send y'all over to watch some cute otters, because they're adorable. Just nice, chill little end of the day. Am I spelling this properly? I am. Okay, right. OBS is still acting weird. Good for me. Love that. Alright, yeah. You all have a wonderful rest of your night or rest of your day. A wonderful time zone. We should be back this weekend for Digimon and very likely for Persona on Sunday. Hopefully, actually, Persona this week, yes. Digimon Saturday. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. Goodbye, farewell. I'll see y'all later. Also, no, I'll see you later. Bye!